Hi friends, it's me, Cotton Candy Doll. I'm back here with another video today, and this is going to be a shifting video. Before I get into my shifting video, I want to do an announcement video. I want to tell you guys that my Twisted Academia will be coming out Wednesday at midnight. I've been working on it for a long time. I've just been having some issues with the software. Now I'm just doing the finishing touches, making sure everything turns out fine. But I think you're really going to like chapter 2 or part 2 of my Twisted Academia. All right, so time for me to jump into my story time. I went to Diabolik Lovers. The reason I went here is because I wanted to go as a mother figure. You see, I wanted to go to the Promised Neverland as a mother. My mind changed after my shift to Attack on Titan, and then I wanted to become a child, and then all the other stuff happened that happened. Anyway, this has been chasing me for a while. I've been having to deal with this little issue, this little problem I can't seem to like push out of the way. And my guide has been like intervening every time. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been snatched out of something before, but it hurts. It hurts. All right, I'm gonna jump into my story. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I decided to go to Diabolik Lovers. I got into the limo and we were on our way there. We're driving, and next thing you know, I pass out. I wake up and I'm in front of the mansion. You know what the mansion looks like. It's huge. There's a huge like stone door in front of it. And so like I get up and I'm cold. I'm shaking because I'm wearing this little dress. It's a nice dress. It's very pretty. You know, it goes a little bit over my knees and it's fluffy at the bottom. My sleeves are kind of puffy. My hair is long. Like my pink hair grew really, really long. And so it was tied back in like a bow and it was like high on my head. And then the shoes I was wearing like boots. They were like black combat boots. So like I touched the door and it just opened on its own and I could see like light as I was getting ready to come inside. And as I got closer, there was like a fireplace and a red carpet that greeted me on the way in. So I'm walking on this red carpet and I noticed there's a couch turned the other way. It's a gray couch. And next to it, there's like a table. But I can't see anything beyond that. I get closer to the fireplace. I run over there because I want to get warm. And I noticed that most of the heat is like on the carpet in front of it. There's like a gray carpet on the ground, well, on the floor next to it. And, you know, I guess it matches like the attire of the room because it's all kind of a grayish black color, which I thought was like, eh. I already knew what I was getting myself into when I came there. But when you actually travel to this place, some of your subconscious kind of like some of your real consciousness actually leaves. So you forget some things. You remember a little bit. So I'm sitting on this gray carpet and I'm soaking up the warmth. Out of nowhere, like the fire just goes out and I hear, "What are you doing here? You know, get out now." And so I'm like, "I am your new mother." And then he goes, You don't seem like our kind, nor do you smell like it. You smell like a human." So like I fold my arms and I like kind of hold my head up and I'm like haughty and I go, "Is that how you treat your guests, much less your mother? Apologize right now." And he goes, "Fine." And he like waves his hand and the fire comes back on. And I wait until he walk away and I'm like, good, that was like a close one. And like so like I'm looking around guys and like I know the castle's pretty empty and then like there's like dark shadows in the corners. There's like the stairs over here. You can like see a whole like 360 of the room, the windows and the curtains, and like there's like these brown dressers with like artifacts on top of it. And there's like an old phone there too, where I guess like I already know the phone doesn't work because it's like old as shit. And also didn't work in the show either when she tried to call. So anyway, I get up and I decide to go upstairs, you know. Why I go upstairs? I don't know. But you know what? I'm not gonna be bullied by these guys. I'm not anything like you, you know. I was I'm trained. So if I have to fight someone, I would like kick their butt. Doesn't matter. Like I can totally handle it, whatever. I was in tournaments. So like I'm walking up the stairs, walking. Out of nowhere, you know, Liato. He's like, you know, "What are you doing here?" And as I'm walking by, I don't even look at him. I just pass him and like I kind of kept my head up high. And I'm like, "What makes you think you can talk to me?" And he goes, "You must be mother." And I'm like, "Yes, and I love you with all my heart." And then I say, like, "Have you prepared a room for me?" And he like chokes up, like, oh, and I'm like, good boy, you know, and I just keep walking by. And as I'm walking up, the person I see next, I see Haruto, and he's holding his teddy bear, and he's kind of like he's giving his teddy bear like this nice hug, like, and so like he's clutching it so tight, like the way his hands are holding him, it feels like he's gonna like break the teddy bear, like it's gonna like all the cotton or something is just gonna bust out of it. And like the dark circles under his eyes look really creepy. So as I'm passing by him, he goes, "Are you mother?" And I said, "Yes," you know, and I didn't want to like, I couldn't, you know, freak out. I had to like keep my cool. So I'm like, "Yes," you know, I had to keep this cool attitude about me, cool, calm, and collective. And he's like, "Hello, mother." And I like kind of like nonchalantly like wave my hand like this, like as I'm walking by him. And then I hear, um, did was there an introduction? Did I not receive like an introduction? And then I'm like, you're right on time. And then Reggie, well, not Reggie, Reggie comes and he's like, it's time for dinner. He doesn't even like acknowledge that I'm there. He just goes, it's time for dinner. So everyone walks downstairs. I'm sitting down and I'm sitting between Ayato and Subaru. And both of them, they're like, they're not eating. They're kind of just like staring at me. And like, so like I picked up my fork and I'm like, looking across at me and Reggie's like staring at me. And like, I know better than to look in their eyes. I'm not going to do it. So I start like, I take my like fork and I start like, kind of like peeling my food around my plate a little bit. Like, I don't want to like eat yet. I'm trying to wait for someone else to take a bite because I don't know if I really want to trust what they're giving me yet. And then out of nowhere, guys, out of nowhere, Norman. Norman from The Promised Neverland. He's inside of this bubble, and the bubble starts floating down the stairs. And I'm like, hey guys, do you see that bubble? I'm like, do you see that guy in the bubble? And then Ryuji looks over, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And apparently nobody else can see him except me. So yeah. As soon as I saw him coming, I'm like, he's from The Promised Neverland, and I don't know why this guy's after me. Anyway, he starts getting closer, and before he can get close to me, you know, I'm like, I need to say my goodbyes because obviously I'm gonna have to shift out of here, you know, before he comes any closer. But then my guy just snatches me out. He snatches me out, and I don't know if you guys know how it feels to shift somewhere when you're suddenly like snatched out the way I was. Okay, so it feels like it feels like your body's drop. It feels like when you have that drop in your core. You know how when you're on a roller coaster ride and you drop. Imagine that feeling, but not just here. It's through your whole body, starting with your head, and then you get dizzy. And as you're snatched through, it also hurts your core. So my stomach was like twisting in knots at the same time. It was terrible. But anyway, so my guide is kind of possessive. The fact that I didn't want to go there and I specified I didn't want to go there and I was trying to, and someone's still trying to pull me there. It was kind of like snatching me away from them. Like, no, like you can't have her, that sort of attitude. So, you know, I just feel like for me, I feel like I was lucky. I actually got to go to Diabolik Lovers. I got a really good experience. Yes, I still have this shadow, the distance. Yes, I still have this thing chasing after me, whatever this ambition is, or I know it's still like there, but I'm dealing with it in my own way. Um, I'm just trying to figure things out still. I don't 100% understand. I have like a barrier around me, like a protective barrier. So, you know, things are going to work out the way I want them to. I haven't said anything about it in a while. I've been doing my tutorials. I've been having fun with those, teaching people how to make games. So, anyway, in my next video, you guys already know my next video is probably going to be my Twisted Academia, but I am going to be doing another game tutorial soon. I'm going to go into more detail about my other experiences with shifting. I would like to shift to Resident Evil 4 again, just to see if I can get it right this time, since I was able to successfully go to Diabolik Lovers as like a mom, as like a new mother or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next video, which will be very soon. All right, bye guys. Have a good day.